The church was draped in white roses and gold ribbons, a palace of light and wealth. Photographers bustled near the marble steps as luxury cars pulled up, each guest more glittering than the last. Inside, Samuel Ward adjusted his tailored tuxedo, a self-made millionaire at only 35, about to marry a glamorous socialite. But beneath the polished smile, a bitter plan simmered. He had sent an invitation to his ex-wife, Claire, the woman who had stood beside him through his leanest years, not out of goodwill, but to show her what she'd lost. In his mind, she was still the struggling plain girl working 2 jobs. He imagined her slipping into the back pew, embarrassed and invisible, while he dazzled in front of hundreds. What he didn't know was that this day would reveal not his triumph, but his own heart. If you believe in kindness, second chances, and the power of hidden hearts, please like this video, share it, comment with your thoughts, and subscribe to Hidden Hearts. Your support helps us tell more stories that inspire. The guests whispered when a sleek black limousine rolled to a stop outside the church just as the organ began its prelude. The door opened and Claire stepped out. Gone was the worn thrift store coat Samuel remembered. She wore a simple but elegant navy dress, her hair swept into a graceful twist. And with her were 3 small children, identical triplets in matching suits, clutching her hands. The cameras swung toward them, clicking furiously. Samuel froze at the altar, his rehearsed confidence cracking. He had known she'd had a baby after their divorce, but not this. As Claire walked down the aisle, not to the altar but to a seat near the front, memories flooded Samuel's mind. The years when they had scraped by in a 1-bedroom apartment, Claire working nights so he could finish college. The arguments over unpaid bills, the nights she fell asleep over textbooks while pregnant. He had left when his first startup took off, convinced she was holding him back. He had convinced himself she was weak. But seeing her now, poised and radiant with 3 children at her side, he felt a dissonance he couldn't name. The ceremony began, but Samuel's attention kept flicking toward her. His bride smiled for the cameras, but his thoughts drifted. After the vows during the reception in a glass-walled ballroom, he approached Claire under the pretext of greeting her. Up close, he saw the strain and strength in her face, and the unmistakable resemblance between the triplets and himself. In that moment, the truth landed. These were not her children. They were their children. She had raised them alone while he chased wealth. Claire had never demanded child support. She had disappeared quietly, determined to give the babies a life without bitterness. She had built her own small business in the years since, working quietly, saving steadily. The limousine outside was borrowed from a friend as a treat for the children, not a show of wealth. She had come to the wedding because she wanted closure, not revenge. Samuel felt the room tilt. The applause, the music, the clinking glasses, all of it dimmed. He saw his own reflection in the polished floor, a man so obsessed with proving himself that he had forgotten who had once believed in him. His new bride noticed his distraction and excused herself, leaving him with Claire and the children for a moment. The triplets looked up at him, curious but cautious. One of them held out a drawing they had made in the car, 3 stick figures and a tall one labeled Dad. In that instant, Samuel's carefully constructed life cracked open. He knelt, his tuxedo creasing on the marble, and whispered apologies. Not rehearsed, not polished, but raw. He offered to support them, to be present, to make amends. Claire didn't answer immediately. She simply said she had raised them to know kindness, not resentment. Whether he would be in their lives now was up to his actions, not his promises. As the evening sun slanted through the ballroom windows, Samuel slipped away from the head table and sat with the triplets on the floor, playing with their toy cars while the music played on. Guests glanced over, murmuring. Some smiled. The man who had once invited his ex-wife to shame her was now being reshaped by the weight of his own choices. Weeks later, Samuel quietly ended his engagement. He began visiting the children, slowly earning their trust, showing up for school events, paying for their needs without fanfare. It was not a quick redemption, but a steady one. Claire, wary but hopeful, allowed him space to prove himself. For the first time in years, Samuel felt the warmth of something money had never given him: belonging. If this story touched your heart, please like this video, share it with your friends, subscribe to Hidden Hearts, and leave a comment telling us how it made you feel. Your engagement helps us continue bringing you true, emotional, and life-changing stories. And before we close, we have a special request. Comment below and tell us about a time someone's unexpected grace or forgiveness changed your life. Your story could be the light someone else needs today.